minus the first half. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, could be Wayne!
I think I got my swagger back. Oh!
I love it, baby!
Them orange britches. Something about them orange britches.
Tennessee wins! By Tennessee, Jawan Jennings. Jennings makes the catch. Ball hit high in the air into right field. Going back is Sayre. And Tennessee can say hello, win column. A grand slam in the bottom of the ninth. You can't draw it up any better.
We just won a basketball game, and we're very happy right now.
McGrath for the win. He got it. If you don't like college football and you watch this one, I'm not sure what your problem is.
Ready did to do, and welcome into More Important Issues. It is Thursday, September 18th. Tennessee is looking to get off the mats and get back to their winning ways against a familiar opponent. I guess the last time we played them, Jawan Jennings was still rocking the orange and scored a rushing touchdown. It's UAB week. And
what year was that?
I know
2015.
No, that would have been 2018.
Really? I
think it was 2018.
I guess that wasn't long. It was, what, 7 or 8 years ago?
Yeah. But yeah, they Trent Dilfer, who used to coach in the mid-state at Lipscomb Academy, is the head coach over there at UAB, and has some former players and Edwin Spillman and Caleb Beasley who played for him. So I think it's a familiar game for some, and it'll be a game that Tennessee looks to take care of, very similar to ETSU. Get in, get out, and let's get on with the rest of this SEC slate. And that kind of grind that comes with it week in and week out. That starts next week. Really, I guess it started with Georgia, but you kind of have back-to-back SEC games once you play Mississippi State, and then I think you have Arkansas, and then bye week. I think that's right.
Mississippi State, bye week, Arkansas,
Oklahoma,
and then the next bye week before Bama and then Kentucky. That's not right.
New Mexico State's somewhere in there too.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah. There's a lot going on, but we take it one game at a time and I think the team should do the same. So I think the first thing is More Important Issues is brought to you by our good friends at VIP Play. Go check them out today. Use promo code MORETN. Again, MORETN. Bet $20, get $100 in bonus bets. Again, just $20 get you $100 in bonus bets. Gambling problem. Call 1-800-889-9789. You must be 21 and over and located in Tennessee to bet. They got great profit boosts over there. Great stuff. Again, that $100 bonus bet. Why would you not? Go get treated like a VIP at VIP Play today.
Just to run it down, it is Mississippi State, Mississippi State, bye week, Arkansas, Bama, Kentucky, Oklahoma, and then bye week, New Mexico State, and then Florida Vandy.
Okay. Dang, Florida's late. Billy Napier probably not going to be there at that point.
No. Dude, the rumors are already flying. I mean, come on. We're tracking planes.
Yeah. We're gonna talk some college football later on in the show. First, we kind of want to preview UAB. Again, not a ton. It should be a game that you take care of. I think the one kind of note is their quarterback, Jalen Kidna, is the former Florida quarterback who got kicked out a couple years ago.
Oh, is that who that is?
Yeah, the child pornography.
Yeah, I didn't put two and two together. Uh-oh.
Yeah. I know Caleb was reading the full story. I don't know. So if he got acquitted, I'm sorry, but I mean, man, what a charge.
Yeah, that one's tough.
Yep. But yeah, UAB is coming in here at 2-1. They beat Alabama State 52-42, lost to Navy 38-24, and then barely squeaked by Akron 31-28. So, I mean, just looking at this team, just based off scores, defense, ass.
Yeah, Zip scored what 31 on them,
Yeah.
or no, that 28, whatever they won that game, but barely beating Akron's not. I wouldn't really tell anybody, score.
No.
It's a W. That's all that matters.
Yep. And this is a perfect game. I think you're coming off an emotional one against that Georgia game. I know it's still all over social media, all the pictures of that fourth down play, the missed kick. I'll be honest. Like, I mean, this team needs to go, like, move on. But, man, I rewatched the game. Don't do it.
I can't.
Don't do it. It's so much worse.
I wanted to. Go ahead.
I felt like after the game, I was like, like, I didn't think we were going to really win anyway. Like, I just didn't see that happening. And then we played a lot better than I expected. We had a chance. Like, I kind of was, like, very positive for what I just watched. But then I rewatched it. Oh, man, it'll piss you off. We had it. I mean, it's a win. It's a dub.
Oh, dude, if you look at have you seen like ESPN does like this scatter graph, basically like who's about to win, who's not?
Yeah.
It's, oh God, it hurts so bad. I mean, it's literally like
99%.
Touching the line for Tennessee and then just skyrockets to 50%. And then you go to overtime and it settles a little bit. So no, that was, I've tried to already put that behind me I would rather go watch it if we lost by like 14. I don't think I can rewatch how it went down knowing what happens. I just can't, because it's a terrible spoiler.
Yeah. I mean, it's brutal to watch.
Because you at least overlook, like, I know we're going to preview UAB and there's not much there, but you overlook, while you're watching it live, you kind of overlook the little slip-ups because you don't know. I mean, you're like, if you win, it doesn't matter. You're not going to remember, some random little stuff that happened or Tyrone getting, blown through 1,000 times. But now that you know what happens and you go back and watch, I've seen some of the highlights and it's like, dude, come on. Like that was probably like at least half the factor right there. It's just a little thing that, I don't know, it pisses me off. So congrats to you for being able to get through that.
Yeah, it was tough for sure. But yeah, we move on. We turn the page, and it's a game to kind of put that behind you, especially defensively. Like, I feel like offensively, you just kind of build on what you did. Just continue to roll, continue to hopefully stay healthy. Offensively, like I said, get in and get out, score early often, and then let's put this game away and get on to worrying about Mississippi State. Defensively, I feel like you have – I mean, this is a pretty important week, in my opinion, to find out maybe some guys that you might need down the line. Because, I mean, you could have definitely used some depth in the interior line against Georgia, some secondary help. Like, I mean, play all the young guys possible and see if any of them can lend you a hand at some point down the road. Because, I mean, I just look at corner. I mean, you're one kind of sprained ankle or something for being in a world of hurt. And I know we're going to talk about corners probably at some point. Here's my take on the corners. We kind of talked about it a little bit on Sunday. Corner wasn't. I mean, it stinks that Ricky Gibson and Jermon McCoy didn't play in this game, but I think the bigger issue is safety. Yeah, I mean, it looks a bit. I mean, it looks like they're not even out there. Basically, Zachariah Branch, that screen that he took to the house, make him miss or something. I mean, just nowhere to be found. I think some of the angles and I don't even know, just slow cost you 14 points in that game.
You took Gunnar Stockton, who is not a deep threat, really, just based on film and based on what we'd seen and just his. I don't know, maybe he seemed nervous or something, and then you just took that out of proportion. I mean, you basically, opened it right up to him, and that was like the one thing I think we touched on was just don't let him get more confidence there. Force him to the game that he's had to play the last couple of games that didn't look great for them. And yeah, they look butt naked right now. So definitely brush it up with UAB and yeah, get those young guys out there. You have to throw. I mean, this is the kind of game where it's like it serves two purposes. Obviously, is still a brush up, kind of as you would against, like you said, ETSU, and get some guys some experience out there and at least know what you have. That way you can configure it a little bit because you are so thin. But also, like, you got to bounce back because it's just, I know they're pissed off, but like Mississippi State's not going to be like historically on the road in those little, trap games. We haven't fared very well. And you got to be back, get everybody healthy that you can, at least looking out 2 weeks to Mississippi State and clean up on it. But I mean, you're right. It's kind of an important game. Like and totally aside from the score, it's another week that Tennessee can get some depth back.
Or maybe just try to get more healthy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just it's an extra week of time. Like there's almost every factor besides what the actual score is going to be seems important.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking kind of forward to see how many young guys they play, see if anybody flashes. Is there anybody that kind of sticks out to you that you're like, okay, I need to see more of this guy against UAB?
More of them? You mean depth wise in the sense of like
just somebody that you're like, I need to see them produce a little bit in this game to see if they have something.
I mean, if Tyler Edmond can even, I feel bad because I feel like he's been getting absolutely dogged on.
Yeah.
But still insanely talented. I don't think it's kind of fair to point the finger, especially against Georgia, because it's just not. You did what you were supposed to do, but I want to see him be able to get some reps that aren't against Georgia. Like, get some confidence back. Like, hey, you're a really talented back. You have a good future ahead of you. But like you need to take some of these opportunities against some of these brush up games to at least take advantage of that and get some more experience under your feet before you're relying on him again. Because even if we do get some of those guys healthy back, they're one injury away from being back to where we were against Georgia. And you can't do that if against Florida in the swamp or if Bama down in Tuscaloosa. Like you can't afford to blow that again. So I mean, maybe that's the spot where you get more reps to feel a little bit better and get some mojo going.
Yeah. Build some confidence up. I mean, he did have a pick in that game. And I mean, a lot of those, not a lot, I would say some of those, the 4th and 6, like anybody's giving up that.
Yeah.
It's just part, it sucks. I mean, I think you got to help your corner out a little bit, a true freshman corner in that game by putting a safety over the top. But I mean, the safeties have no clue what they're doing. So, I mean, besides Dries Farouk coming up in the run game and helping out, I mean, I don't even know if the safeties took the field, to be honest. It was infuriating. I was like hate watching almost. I was like, dude, this is abysmal to watch them just run up there, try to get in a tackle and miss.
What about turn time? How do you feel that
How did I feel about turn time? It's bad. It's so bad. I mean, I hope he improves over the next couple weeks and gets better. Maybe that was just an off game. I don't want to dog the kid, but man, like that is a veteran player who just looked so out of place in that game.
Yeah.
And he led Tennessee in missed tackles last year, and it just feels like it's going to be the same thing. Like you need your safety to be a sure tackler. It doesn't have to be pretty. You got to get him on the ground. And right now, he's not doing that, or he didn't do it against Georgia.
He really had 10 tackles, 6 of them were solo. Obviously, being a safety, it's a different spot, but like, didn't look like it. It didn't look like maybe those were when it didn't matter, and when it did matter, it was just. But yeah, it's you got to. I don't even know where you adjust because you're just not going to fix that in that short of a time. But they got to do something to minimize it a little bit. I don't know if you need to bring your opposing team back up in the field and God, dare I say, make them play the middle of the field. As crazy as that sounds, I don't know, but you got to do something because you can't We look hot, but it's not going to be good come week 7 or 8 if we're still looking this down bad.
Well, the thing with that, and we kind of talked about it before the Georgia game, is like you have to make Gunnar Stockton like uncomfortable back there. And I get like you need to throw some blitzes at him, but I don't think he really made him think too much, especially on those deep throws. Like that's what he was doing the entire time. So you didn't confuse him at all by having a safety over the top. He just had man coverage and he knew it. You're going to send a linebacker on a blitz or the star or whoever on a blitz, but here I am just catch and toss it up with a true freshman corner. I mean, you kind of made the job easy on him, to be honest. And I know he took some hits and props to that defensive line for getting back there on a lot of those, but it was just those few big plays that you just can't give up in a game that, there's no room for error.
Yeah, we talked about before, that was like the area of the game, his game, that you talk about making him uncomfortable. You knew that was something that you could expose. If you can make him feel uncomfortable in the first quarter or just even the first half, like just make it known that you're going to feel uncomfortable taking a deep ball because our guys are going to be all over it. Again, you just fully kind of gave him a golden archway of just, hey, let it rip because there's a good chance you're going to hit it. And I know the pressure is one thing, and you can only do so much, like you said. And we did get back there. I think we had like 5 sacks, which we were talking about last week. I mean, if you get 5 sacks, you did fantastic, right?
Yeah,
wasn't enough, I guess. So I mean, again, I think that just speaks to the poor play of the safeties and some of the backs, and I don't know. Mathematically, when you look on paper, it doesn't make that much sense, but when you watch it and you're just like, what's happening?
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean that has to be a point of emphasis because your defense has gotten so much better over the past couple of years. And in that Georgia game, it looked like you went all the way back to 2022.
If I would have told you we scored 41 points on Georgia before the game, and I'm sure you guys talked about it on Sunday, but if we talked about this preseason, I don't think you could pay me $1,000 to convince me that we wouldn't have won that game. Because I'm like, 100%. Our defense is just, we got Stockton there. I mean, I know Zachary Branch, whatever, but not fully certain at quarterback. And if we score 41 on this Georgia team, our defense surely has to be the better than offense. It's just everything's ass backwards right now. So
yeah, or Chris Brazel had 177 yards and 3 touchdowns. I'm like, oh yeah,
you cooked them.
Raced them. Yeah. Yeah. So kind of going back to that, a player I want to see this week, Caleb Beasley. I think is somebody like I want to see all the reps he can get at safety this week. Young guy again. I mentioned his former high school coach, Trent Dilfer, is now the coach at UAB. So he's probably going to be fired up for this one. I want to see number 10 back there in the defensive backfield, and hopefully he's somebody that can give you something because right now it's a problem back there. Another guy and he's not like he's a younger guy, but a guy that's played some football at Tennessee. That's Peyton Lewis. I know he's kind of your third back right now, just not seeing it well. He's a great short yard runner, but I want to see that speed in the open field, and he just hasn't had that room to get there. And I don't know if he's like he'll play a series and then not play for like 3 series after that, then go back in. I just think it's hard to kind of get in a rhythm. So I want to see a lot of Peyton Lewis. I think with Deshaun Bishop and his injuries, I think you don't play him past the second quarter. I would probably say the same with Star Thomas. If you got that game wrapped up, I think you're good to play a heavy dose of Peyton Lewis, Justin Baker, and DeJuan Morris. But yeah, let Peyton Lewis have some back-to-back drives, even if it's early in the third quarter, and kind of see if he can find it a little bit because there was high hopes on him, and he just hasn't looked the part up to this point.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's been given enough opportunity. Like he comes in as the second back, and it was really almost like you knew Deshaun Baker was going to be a starter, but Peyton Lewis had every right to go. If he was going to play better, there was every room to go open that and go do it. And the opportunity was right there. And yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't think that he's not getting. I don't think they're putting him in bad situations. I don't know what it is, and maybe he does need to just get some confidence back or be seeing it better. But yeah, I mean, go fire away against UAB and use him in the first half too. Like, don't. I mean, throw him into that rotation more. Especially, I would prefer you'd rather go just start Thomas Peyton Lewis and keep Deshaun off of that injury. Like, I'm mix him in a little bit, but only in reps that you need him. Like, I don't think. Don't overcomplicate it, but yeah, I mean, the more reps he can get, the better. But I feel like he's had plenty of opportunities to kind of, again, he's kind of fallen back. Obviously, Star has elevated himself to debatably the one guy. I mean, I know it's
Star's your best back.
Let's
call it Star's your best back.
And so at some point, like you just gotta, it's a running back competition. You just gotta play better. So look, I hope he goes and finds it because we need it. Especially with it being thin and stuff, if Deshaun does go down, but I don't know.
Yeah, you want to have a heavy dose of Peyton Lewis in this game because, I mean, here you're going into the SEC play, and, I mean, Tennessee is already dealing with a ton of injuries, and we're 3 games in. So, can't afford any more, but if you were to have one at running back, I think you need Peyton Lewis to step up in a big way. Another guy I thought about, he just hasn't been super involved like we thought, and that's Ethan Davis. Like, get him going in the passing game. I don't want to see a screen. Throw it down the field to him a little bit and see what you got. This passing game has been great. And you probably don't play a ton of 2 tight sets because you're playing so well at receiver right now, but I want to see more Ethan Davis get a look in the passing game. I know he hasn't played great with blocking. He's dropped a few passes, but at some point they might need a Ethan Davis down the road. Like, what happens if, you deal with an injury at receiver and you have to go 2 tights because you don't have a lot of depth at receiver? You're going to need Ethan Davis. So I think from a route running perspective, I think he is more than capable of doing that, and seems like he's gotten better in the run blocking. So yeah, I want to see more of Ethan Davis used in this game, and get him some confidence going. That's what a lot of these games are, is just getting them reps against a lower level opponent and getting them confidence where they're able to help you out in bigger games.
Yeah, I would love to see some more 2 tight end sets. I mean, especially in option downs where it's like just put them out there. The receivers are talented. I love that we've kind of come to find that, but they're young, and again, you're 2 receivers having some even minimal, it's just not feeling that good, that like next man up. Like, I need you to be able to play when you get there. I can't need you to half-ass it or not be, and again, whether that's attributed to him or the coaching staff, to be determined, but yeah, give him reps this week. Mess around. Like, it's kind of your last game to do that. I mean, there might be some brush-up games in the SEC, but it's still the SEC. Like, no matter what, your games that you don't know how Kentucky's going to look, and I know that's later on and stuff, but you're not going to get, like, SEC play, you're hitting gas pedal. So, like, get those guys as many reps as you're going to get them, scheme them how you want to, because, again, Mississippi State's going to hopefully not, but punch you in the mouth if you're already kind of looking ahead, and then the SEC, it's only going to get harder after that. So,
yeah. In this game, do you see Jalen McMurray go to corner? Because at least some, because, I mean, again, Ricky Gibson isn't coming back this year. Jermod McCoy, don't know when he's going to be back. So, I mean, you're extremely thin at corner. Do you see Jalen McMurray maybe shift over there with Boo Carter coming back?
Yeah, do it.
I mean, I think I would rather see that than this whole, like, not playing Boo Carter or like switching out. Like, I just think that is a waste.
Yeah.
And I understand, like, I don't even know if it's a discipline thing at this point. I just think he's not playing great, but also it's one of those things where, kind of with Peyton Lewis, it's hard to get in a rhythm when you're not in there every single series.
I was about to say, just consistency there. Like, I don't have any reason to believe that it's a punishment thing at this point. I would have zero reason to believe why Josh Heupel, especially against a team like Georgia, in a game where you're on the ropes, why you would ever prioritize making a statement to your player than just playing the better player.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he needs to go get some consistent playing opportunities. Yeah, I mean, Jalen McMurray, I mean, he had 5 solo tackles against Georgia. I mean, you're going to have to do it now and adjust. And while you're figuring out that Boo Carter situation, again, I don't know. We don't know everything behind the scenes, but you need some consistency there because you're not playing the mix and match and pulling people and jumping around. I want, it's like what you're saying with comfortability. I want someone in that position to be as comfortable as possible going into SEC play, fully SEC play, just because it's just one less factor you have to take away.
Yeah. Also with Boo Carter, I mean, you can tell he's pressing to try to make a play. Like, he had no business fielding that punt against Georgia, and it almost cost you, but he was able to get on it. But I mean, the guy it seems like he just wants to be out there, and this is his one opportunity to make a play, and it should be a fair catch. I just think you let him play as much as possible because I think he is a dynamic player. And if you're not going to play him on defense, hell, get him some reps on offense. I don't know. He's just too good of a football player to be sitting on your sidelines half the time.
Do you want to see him get some offensive reps against UAB?
I wouldn't mind it. I mean, we're right now with Rodarius Jackson out for a month or so. I mean, you have Travis Smith, you have Dodson, and you have Jefferson. That's it.
Yeah.
Behind the 3 guys you got now, that's it. So, I wouldn't mind seeing some Boo Carter.
Yeah, I would.
Put him in the backfield.
Yeah,
throw him a toss and see what he does with it. I don't know.
That's the crazy thing. He's such an athlete, and like, Lord knows Josh Heupel loves to scheme up a screen. Like, throw him back there. He's probably your best bet on a screenplay. I mean, that guy makes 2 feet of room look like 10. I mean,
oh yeah.
Again, I don't think they do it, but
utilize him like Zachariah Branch. Like, I mean, I think if I'm Georgia, I'm feeding that kid the ball. He's super dynamic with it. Yeah. I don't think they get it to him enough. I would kind of like put Boo Carter anywhere. I mean, just get him the football somehow, some way, or I don't know, put him on defense. I don't care. Just put him on the field.
Yeah,
he's too good. I'm sure he's making a lot of money at Tennessee. Get your return on investment a little bit and play Boo Carter.
Yeah, I agree.
Also, another guy I want to see more Jaden Harmon. I like Jaden Harmon at linebacker. I like Edwin Spillman a ton. I think he's your number 2 linebacker. Or should be anyway. Jaden Harmon is a guy that I don't know if you watch him on kickoffs. If you get a chance, watch number 12 on any special teams. I mean, that guy cannot wait to light somebody up. So I love that about him. Again, I don't know how well he knows the playbook or whatever, but this is a perfect game against UAB to let a guy just fly around. So I want to see that from Jaden Harmon on Saturday.
I like it. Kill him.
And then Jordan Ross. Play that guy a ton. He looked good against Georgia. Caleb Herring is another edge that looked good against Georgia. Play those guys a ton. Because, I mean, you have an absolute stud at edge again this year, and that's Joshua Josephs. I mean, let those other guys turn into studs the next year when Joshua Josephs is off to the league making a ton of money.
Yeah.
Do we see David Sanders? What's your thoughts on that?
Dude, I don't know. At this point, I'm not. I know we got a little bit more visual on it last week, but at this point, I'm just like, plan to not, and if you do, fine. Okay, cool. Like,
yeah.
We might not see him until, I don't know. It might be Bama before we see him. I have no idea. And maybe that's for better purposes, but and I'm not entirely worried about it. That's the least of my worries is getting David Sanders back in there right now, at least out of all the injuries for the most part.
Yeah. And you've done well. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I assume Jesse Perry will move down, but Jesse Perry's looked good at tackle. So, I mean, do you kind of mess with what you got going on right now, or
It's working, and he's a true freshman.
Yeah.
You got to remember that. Like, the kid's supposed to be insanely talented, but like, don't go out of your way pushing him from injury to, I mean, to find out it's not even the better situation, and he just ends up being hurt for longer. I mean, it's not broken right now. Allow him to get fully healthy and confident in whatever's going on, and just don't rush it, especially on the O line. It's your healthiest spot right now in that sense.
The day-to-day for 3 weeks is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, if you're out for 3 weeks, you're not day-to-day. I'm sorry, you're not.
Not even week to week. It's quite literally like a month.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see kind of what happens with David Sanders. I mean, I think he's making a ton of money too, so you probably need to play him just because you're paying him a lot. And I mean, I don't know how much this offensive line can get better because they've been really good to begin with, but maybe he makes them a little better. Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe moving. I mean, your 5 was going to be with David Sanders, so I got to imagine your best 5 at some point this year will be with David Sanders. Now, when that is, who knows? If he is back, I think this is a perfect game to kind of knock some rust off and get back to playing shape a little bit, and then you start next week at Mississippi State.
Yeah. It's UAB, like it's a more important game than it seems. You need to see a little bit of juice squeezed out of the rest of the guys before the pressure's fully on. And just go take advantage of it. Again, I don't think anyone's going to be sitting here worried about the result of the game. There's a lot of factors within the game and the depth chart and healthiness and getting people fully rested, getting the confidence back, because again, it's tricky coming off of that Georgia loss, because again, if you basically take what was on paper against Georgia, especially Joe Aguilar, no one's worried about him at all. No one's really worried about the receivers because they look uber talented. The O-line looks great. Almost all these issues are coming up on defense. Go iron it out. It's the last chance you have, and you're still in a good spot, like I said, but the morality issue of it is like, don't let Georgia be a bigger deal than it is, because I promise you, losing by 3, scoring 41 against Georgia, you're in a better spot than you thought we would be last week, let alone 3 weeks ago before the season.
Yeah. And if you're UAB, I mean, I'm doing the same thing. You know, they got a pretty good back over there at UAB and Jackson, number 4.
Yeah.
I think they're going to try to run the ball, but I also think like they'd be dumb not to take their shots down the field. If they think they're going to get one-on-one just like Georgia did, I think you have to do the same thing and attack Tennessee that way. So, hey, I mean, if you're a DB, the ball's going to be flying your way just like you want it to.
And that's
Go
good.
make a play on it.
I mean, after watching that Georgia film, teams are going to take advantage of that later on. So I hope UAB takes advantage of it. I would assume that they would. They go watch that and see Tennessee's naked spot, and it's certainly that. You're right. They do have Javon Jackson or something like that. Really talented back. Utilize them, but air it out. If you're going to, you're probably not going to win the game. So give it all you got. And I think that provides actually some decent practice for Tennessee to figure it out back there and at least get another week of reps, on the field during game time.
Yeah. How much better do you think Ty Redmond gets in 2 weeks after this Georgia game where he got baptized?
Dude, that's the thing. It's like, it's so difficult to. I am confident that's actually a really good game for him to just, because I think he's such a talented player. Such a bad matchup to get exposed in. And there's only so much he can do. Like you only have so much skill set with so much experience to play a Georgia team like that. So I do think he actually takes quite a step up, especially if he gets some good reps against UAB. And I think he will actually play hope we're not relying on him by any means, but I think he has the chance to play a decent part of the defense later on in the season. So I do think he'll actually take a step up. I think it was just really easy to look super exposed in that matchup.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he definitely that's a pretty good receiving core at Georgia to be kind of thrown in that first big SEC environment and that kind of game, that kind of stakes, where every play means something. So hopefully you're not really caught in that position, but being in that position once, I think if it does come up again, I've been there, done that is got to be your thought process for Ty Redmond.
What do you think about I mean, it's again, we're not really thinking about it, but like if UAB goes how it is, what does the quarterback situation look like for the second half? Joey's obviously absolutely no doubt your guy, and he looks absolutely fantastic. But injuries happen, and knock on wood, but we've seen it far too many times. I mean, we're not uber confident in our two options right now. So I mean, like, do you see them playing them in any different, or someone getting away to the reps, or do we even get to that point? Like, I mean,
yeah, I think Joey's first half, and then you probably go Merklinger third quarter, and then McIntyre fourth, kind of like they did.
Fourth, and then,
is that what they did against ETSU? I'm pretty sure. So
yeah, that's what I thought. I thought Merck might have played one snap into the fourth, and then the rest of it was McIntyre there on out until we got to our fifth. I didn't know we had a fifth string or whoever. Someone got reps in that game that I've never seen in my life.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know who that was,
but it could have been handed off the ball. But
yeah, I definitely think you play those guys if you're able to as much as possible. I mean, McIntyre's probably going to redshirt, I assume. So this will be his second game that he gets in. Guess New Mexico will be your third. So we'll see kind of where if he does get a fourth game, what does that look like? Where is that? I mean, it would have to be an SEC game. So, is there a blowout somewhere that you can maybe see a McIntyre? I don't know. I just think you continue to run the offense when those guys are in because, like you said, you never know what can happen. And I think those are two guys that it's going to be an open battle if something does. Nothing's happening, Joey. We're good. We're good. Let's manifest that.
That's what I'm saying. Let's not. I don't want to put it bad juju in the air. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you play those guys because you want to get them reps for next year. That's what you're doing.
Exactly.
Let's go some questions. What is the best part of this team right now?
Depends how macro we want to get. Clearly, offense versus defense. Offense is firing at all cylinders right now. I want to say O-line, but Joey Aguilar just I think it's so impressive, and we can glaze them all season. It's your most guaranteed. Like I at this point feel confident that like I've seen against Georgia stealed it because I'm like I'm not worried at all. Again, knock on wood. Looking forward or looking ahead to some of the games in the season because I'm like I think Joey's a non-factor. I think he's going to step up and play in a crazy environment. Even that Georgia game, I know it's like a home crowd, but to still have composure and come out and throw 14 for 14, 230 yards and like 2 touchdowns or something like that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't care. Doing that in front of, 103,000 people or whatever it is at this point, makes me feel more confident that even, in some of the, like in the swamp, kid showed composure. Like he came out there and was like, I don't care. It's Georgia. I'm going to throw it all over the field. Yeah. So, I mean, my most telltale, like I think there's so much confidence in the kid that he's just not coming into my pregame factors looking ahead.
Yeah, it just seems like right now the offense is humming. And it takes a ton to kind of get it to that point. It's good quarterback play, and that was kind of the biggest question mark coming into the season. And you've got really good quarterback play so far from Joey Aguilar. Another question mark was going to be your receivers, and they've balled out.
Yeah, we should feel so good about our future receivers because they look, for how young they are, dude, they look fantastic.
And Chris Brazzell, he's a guy that, I mean, everybody's so excited for Mike Matthews, Braylon Staley. They're like, yeah, you just don't know Chris Brazzell. Like, I mean, he's probably going to start, but he's probably your third guy. But, I mean, it just looks like, I don't know what it is about this system, but the second year that those guys are in it, it seems to just click. And for Chris Brazzell, I mean, he just went up and got every football against Georgia. He's running great routes. He's getting off the line of scrimmage when he's pressed. He works back to the football. I mean, he just does everything really solid right now. He's not just a Ryan Williams or a Jeremiah Smith where he's just like an elite athlete. but the man just goes up and gets the football a lot like Cedric Tillman did.
Yeah.
Like, he's probably faster than he looks. But when you're able to just body a defensive back, go up, catch the ball, stay planted, and stay upright and walk into the end zone, like, that takes – I mean, it does take an elite athlete to do that, and he did it a lot against a really good secondary in Georgia with KJ Bolden and Everett over there at corner. I mean, they have a ton of dudes in that secondary they've recruited that are high 4-star, 5-star guys, and, I mean, he made them look like a JV team at times.
And maybe I'd have to go back and watch, and I know it wasn't this big of a difference, but how much of that talent was shadowed by the quarterback play last year? Like, there's a lot of opportunities that he just maybe never even got because missing a read or overthrow. And it turns out we should have been underthrowing the whole time because the receivers can figure out the underthrows. They're beating man one-on-one or one-on-two and getting up for the ball. So, again, clearly looking way better than he did last year, but you have to wonder how much of it attributes to, like, quarterback play. And maybe he just jives better with Joey, but I just think he's more confident and Joey's more confident, and you're hitting those shots and he's getting hit in the middle of the field, and he does look better off the line and man coverage and press. So, yeah, he looks fantastic right now.
Yeah. I'm interested in seeing kind of what Tennessee's quarterback situation looks like over the next couple of years, because the guys that you've been super successful with have been transfers.
Hey.
And I know some of that was with, Heupel was trying to, like, he lost a ton of guys, was trying to get back to that, and had some luck with Hendon Hooker and Joe Milton and Joey Aguilar now. But it seems like, is that going to be our MO? Because I know we're going to get Faison Brandon and McIntyre. Both of those guys are going to duke it out, and, we'll see what comes of it. But if that doesn't work out, I think you just end up going in the portal every year, kind of like Kentucky does. But we actually get somebody who's worth a crap, because Tennessee has figured it out. Kentucky cannot figure it out. Calzada, Will Levis, Devin Leary, Brock Vandegrift. I mean, horrible. And Tennessee's made the most out of the portal with the quarterback. So I'm interested to see kind of what that looks like when Faison Brandon and George McIntyre duke it out, because they haven't had a guy come, like, they've recruited out of high school, come and play this position at a high level.
Yeah, going back,
granted, it only has been one guy, but still.
No, yeah, but even going back to, like, Harrison Bailey days, it's like, who's the last, like, real high potential, like, that lived up to their potential that didn't come out of the transfer portal in the last couple of years, at least. Mate, we're just good in the portal. Keep it up. I'm not, and how much of it is attributed to just older guys that have more experience. I'd be curious to see what the breakdown of, like, all transfer portal players age-wise. Like, maybe a lot of these guys are older, and Josh, just their experience fits Tennessee's scheme really well, and how Josh,
it's got to be like a maturity thing that just helps you within the offense. Like, I don't know, keeps you calm. Maybe, like, you're
speaks to you talking about second year, like, receivers and stuff. It's maybe we're just in a system where your freshmen aren't going to be your all-out best players. A sophomore you get in the portal isn't going to fit into your program right now, but you're really good at molding the guys that have already been at a program and understand the pressure and understand that it takes time and a hell of a lot of work. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Will be interesting. Let's get to our game predictions real quick. You got any stat predictions, score prediction? What do you got?
I don't know our record with Orange Britches, but I'm going solely based off that. No reason other than that. Score prediction? 13-51.
Okay. I like that.
Cover the spread, hit the over.
51-13. Okay. I like that. I'm going to go 60-10. Little 60 burger against UAB. Again, I just think you continue to run your offense even with backups in, and that should be enough against UAB. You're trying to get all you can out of these players to see what you have. for any guys that maybe can help you in SEC play. What were you going to say? Go ahead.
What's the over or under in this game? Because it's got to be $1 billion, and I'm taking it, but it's 69.5. So, because I mean, UAB's defense clearly, oh boy,
yeah, and they can score some points. I just think like this is a get right game for the defense where they're like, hey guys, it ain't happening this week.
How many points does UAB need to score for you to be like, all right, we actually have a serious problem on defense? I think anything more than 17, you're starting to be like, all right.
Yeah,
I was of course 3 touchdowns on you. If you go to 21,
the number that first popped in my head was 24.
Oh, if they drop 24 on us, now that's ignore a garbage time touchdown with 2 minutes left. I'm not really gonna, but in the third quarter or midway through fourth, I'm gonna start worried about your Mississippi States. You're definitely Oklahoma. With how Mateer's playing right now, and I know that you got to get through some gauntlet just to get there, but
yeah, it ain't going to be easy. And Tennessee, I know, has had some luck with the SEC schedule wasn't as tough as some others. But now you're like, okay, Vanderbilt's pretty good. Arkansas can score. They can't stop a nosebleed, but they can score. Oklahoma's good. Alabama looks like they figured it out. Florida's at the swamp, so I mean they might look like the Philadelphia Eagles when we get there. Who knows?
That's the thing, dude. It's like we had our notions, we're saying 8-4, 9-3 preseason, and like you want to feel better about that just because you're seeing how well we're playing offensively and stuff. But it's like they're still like again, and maybe it's the shift. Maybe it's like earlier in the season, we're like, all right, the games that you shouldn't win, Bama, Florida, maybe Oklahoma, Georgia. That's where you can see 8-4. And now it's like, okay, we could beat Bama, possibly beat Florida. Vandy's probably going to give us trouble in that last week. I don't think I'm not actually worried about it yet, but they're sneaking up on you. Same with like Arkansas and Mississippi State on the road. Like I think the games that you kind of worried about where you might get tripped up, maybe adjusting a little bit. And so I don't know. I feel worried to be cautiously optimistic, and I don't really know where to put us. I really don't.
Yeah.
People talking about playoffs. Sure, we look like a playoff team. I don't know.
Yeah, I think like with everything, you just got to continue to evolve, continue to get better. I mean, it looks like Josh Heupel, just kind of watching the Georgia game back, that was one kind of positive I had, other than, I was just mad rewatching it. But man, they like have, for all this gimmicky offense stuff, there's times where, they'll do a bunch set to the right, trips. They'll do, they'll have like normal splits between the tackles and the wide receivers. I don't know. It's just something that like we haven't seen a ton of under Josh Heupel, but it looks like he's getting better and better at like evolving. Where like, hey, you can't just take away one thing from us. Like you're, and it's no longer like pick this or pick that. It's like, all right, we're gonna run our offense. There's no more letting you dictate what we do. We're just gonna run it. And we have really good receivers to do it. We have a good quarterback who's going to make good decisions, and we got a damn good offensive line that you're not going to touch our quarterback. I think that's what's the best thing about this team is the offensive line is like we're looking at the passing game right now of how good it's been. But I still think like a huge strength of this team is the running game. And maybe it wasn't against Georgia, but it's going to be against a lot of other teams.
Well, that's the thing. It's like dynamic because it's both. Like
it's a good balance.
You knew going into it the season, you're like, all right, Tennessee's run game, like, and the receivers, there's an opportunity. Tennessee's always probably going to be a decent school in the air, just as of late. But you watched last year, and you're like, okay, I got to prep everything on defense to be able to stop the run. Now, looking as confident as you can between the quarterback and the receivers, now that's a toss up. And you're right. I mean, changing the sets, bunch, trips, whatever. And I think that's just part of Josh kind of molding into his coaching position here. He knows that like he's good now. He's not on any hot seat. He's kind of gotten through the bumpier parts that Tennessee coaches have struggled to get through in the last decade. he's kind of just molding he's finally getting players that he knows how he wants to work with. And it's a Rolodex that's ever expanding. I think he drew a lot of criticism for maybe, and we've definitely given him his fair share of whether it's the screenplays or being spread out too thin and not making use of it in the most creative ways. But I think it's just continually building and getting bigger, and that just is a byproduct of getting more comfortable in the system as a coach.
Yeah. And you brought up creative. I mean, that's exactly what I thought of when I was watching that game back. Like that touchdown pass to Braylon Staley where he does like a dig as a slot receiver and then it was like a dig wheel route. I don't know what the hell it was, but it was beautiful and it was wide ass open. So I love the creativity. I think that is something that I don't know if he's got away from it the past couple years because it was so innovative, like the tempo and everything, the first 2 years, and then it took you a step back. And now it seems like you're getting back to that being innovative, being like having the defense on their toes again. And it was fun to watch the offense kind of roll on Saturday, and hopefully they're able to continue to keep that up because man, I'll take that all day long.
Well, I think it's like, again, he started with had to make a lot of with little that he had. So like you kind of have to be creative. Like you come into a new team with guys that you didn't recruit, with coaches that you did. I mean, I know obviously whatever pulling from was it UCF, but you kind of had to get creative. And then he kind of found a system that he knew worked well, and it was in fairness for him working well.
Mm-hmm.
And now you kind of got back to that point where it's like, all right, like now I'm the point I just made about having your full system around you and feeling comfortable. And it's like, let's get creative again. I know it worked. I had the chess pieces. I just needed to take a little bit where I had to kind of play with what I had and what was working. And we've got the chess pieces to be able to get creative, at least on offense. And again, defense, I don't.
And I just think there's so much left in the tank too. I mean, like your wide receivers are playing so good right now where you're not having to worry about going too tights. You're not having to worry about throwing a ton of screens because, hey, we can throw this dig route, this slant. We can throw a post. We can throw just, hey, let's line up in a bunch set and we'll play some rub routes and get you open that way. I don't know. There's just a ton of stuff that they have going. Like Joey's quarterback lead, where he scored that touchdown, the first drive of the game on Saturday. I mean, that's just another kind of wrinkle that they showed just so you're like, all right, just know like that we have a quarterback that is very capable of running as well. He doesn't do it a whole lot, but man, he can if we need him to.
Yeah, 100%.
So, all right. So you said, what was your final score? 52-13?
Something like that, yeah. 51-13, I think.
Okay. And I did 60-10.
Yeah.
All right. And I think Mike Matthews, he's the guy that goes over 100 yards this week.
Okay. I like that.
Mike Matthews. Also, Star Thomas scores. We'll just go once. Sean Bishop gets in the end zone as well. So look for those three guys. And let's just throw this in there. Joshua Joseph gets another sack. Let's get 4. Let's go 4 for 4 in games.
Yeah, 100%. He's getting 2 of them.
Yep. What was I going to ask? Okay, the spring portal has been eliminated. What is your kind of thoughts on that? I feel a little different than most people.
I'm trying to think about what you're going to say. I like the fact that, because we complained about a whole lot about the transfer portal, so I at least like that there's steps being taken. And it's still early enough that we don't know if this is the right decision necessarily. Maybe this isn't how you combat all the craziness of people running around. It might need to be restrictions more on how many times you can, or, I guess only having one window kind of limits you anyway. I'm a fan. I think it's a step in the right direction. I'll say that again. I have zero idea how it's going to play out. Is it going to make it a cluster show of now when the doors open, it is hell unleashed, and it's going to be like, there's only so many sand pieces in an hourglass that can fit through, and it just gets really ugly. And I don't know, but I think it is a step in the right direction. Whether it phases out to be right, I don't know.
Yeah. I think there's been too much window to go into the portal. Like, it needs to be shorter.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you don't need 30 days here, 10 days here later on, like right after the spring. I'm more of like, I like it. I don't think it needs to be there. Like, after the season, you have guys enter the portal, go on, and then you're at least locked in for a full year. I think that helps coaches out. I think it helps you kind of build that, bond with the team or whatever it is. Like, it just helps. I feel like it helps college football. But one thing I do want to mention is Tennessee would be in a lot worse situation if it wasn't for the spring portal this year with landing.
Okay, yeah, but that's such a one-off. Like, the amount of times that, if Tennessee also wouldn't, well, I see what you're saying.
We wouldn't have got Joey Aguilar for sure, but like, imagine Tennessee without Colton Hood right now.
Agreed, but in this scenario, maybe like someone, again, not that I'm wishing it was Nico that stayed, but maybe a player that was like better than Nico would that have played differently.
Yeah, and it could have. Like, he could have balled out at UCLA, and then everybody's like, But
Right.
I think Tennessee did get better at quarterback. But the big one is like Colton Hood, because if they didn't land Colton Hood, I mean, who the hell knows would be playing cornerback right now for Tennessee?
But in fairness, Colton Hood knew he wanted to transfer. It was a matter of timing. Now, with only one option to win the transfer, Tennessee can at least plan accordingly for that. I like the fact that you don't have to go into that portal being like, okay, we have to get somebody now. Like, we're running out of time. I mean, the quarterback situation in Tennessee, like, you don't want to see that happen for college programs simply due to portal madness. If you just can't recruit good quarterbacks, or you can't retain talent to the portal, that's fine. You don't want to be left with the mix mash of portal madness without a skilled quarterback. I mean, Joey Aguilar was being a mid-level quarterback away from us being in a quarterback crisis this year with two young guys. I mean, if Joey Aguilar wasn't going to turn out well, we'd be griping right now about how bad the transfer portal is and how bad we got screwed over by when Nico left, and our ability to be able to go, hey, like, right before the spring game, we don't have anybody that we thought was going to be our starter. I mean,
yeah,
I do hope that at least gets curved in all of this.
And if there wasn't a spring portal, maybe Nico probably would have went in the winter portal anyway. Yeah. But he knew he had that spring one where if Tennessee didn't take care of money or whatever, his family bullshit, whatever he was saying, maybe he goes in there and Tennessee lands a John Mateer, who knows? I just think that's an interesting thing. Like, Tennessee would have been hurting if it wasn't for this spring portal. And like you said, that's kind of a one-off. Like, it's not usually like that. You have to be pretty selective in the spring portal because you just don't know a whole lot. Right. But yeah, Colton Hood, that was more of a just showing how good of a get Colton Hood was for Tennessee, because he was okay at Colorado, but now he looks like he could be all SEC easily.
Well, it goes to just show how good or how well, I don't know, Tennessee recruits out of the portal. I mean, like, to be able to go into that portal window and do what you did, it's pretty insane. Like, those guys have the guys that we got have backed up play well enough now that you're like, okay, like, I'm fully gonna trust this coaching group in the portal because clearly it's working. And whatever's we just literally said is quarterback or is portal way to go for quarterbacks as of late and moving forward, like, which is I don't know.
Yeah, let's get to college football. Before we do that, guys, go check out our good friends at Hovey Dry Goods. HoveyDryGoods.com. Use promo code MORE for 15% off that first purchase. Great hats. I don't know if you saw Tony Vitello walking around. He had that Hovey Dry Good hat on. It looked phenomenal. I had mine on. I know others at the tailgate had theirs on. So just tons of great stuff over there. Really appreciate them supporting the show. And if you would, go support them. as much as they support us, and use that code MORE for 15% off that first purchase.
Yeah, do it.
College football. I think this is, I mean, we're talking about how, like, the first week we're like, okay, this team's good, this team's bad, this team's good. I feel like we've kind of like reversed that a little bit, where now this team might be good that was probably bad in week one, like in Alabama. But I think it's a lot of like, I don't know. I don't know who's good and who's not. Who is, who could limp their way to the college football playoff and maybe win something? Who can, I don't know. There's just a ton of teams that, and it kind of has to do with the quarterback situation. There's been a ton of quarterbacks. You're like, all right, they're going to be one of the top quarterbacks in the country. And every single one of those guys has been pretty bad.
Yeah. Well, it speaks to, like, I mean, it's just the crazy.
Besides Nussmeier, and he's been okay. He hasn't been phenomenal.
Yeah. I mean, the SEC is its own, like, micro version of it, just because if you would have told me Auburn was going to be ranked 22, only 7.5 point dogs against Oklahoma, probably would have told you 2 weeks ago you're crazy.
Yeah.
That game's going to end up, that game could end up being on the ropes. Oklahoma very well could go lose that game. Now they could still go blow them out by 21 or whatever, but I think it's just crazy that there really is. And again, don't even get me started on the rankings, because this kind of situation proves that preseason rankings need to just be totally ignored.
Terrible.
Make your rankings in week 5 or 6, because the teams now that they're getting a boost. And again, if you're just going to make the ratings for the fun of it, fine, whatever. Just let people feel good about their matchups and help it with ranking where, what game gets on what channel. But I'll get on a whole tangent about it, but I don't feel like doing it.
Yeah. Let's go through the slate, and we can kind of talk about some teams. I think a big matchup for the Big 12 is going to be Texas Tech, Utah this week. I have the future on Utah winning the Big 12.
Hey.
So let's roll with the Utes. But Texas Tech is rolling offensively. I'm sure their defense isn't phenomenal, but this is a game where, like, all right, who's for real and who's not? And Utah, It is in Salt Lake City. Utah is a 3.5 point favorite over Texas Tech.
Dude, for some reason, and like, this is such an SEC goggle fan issue to stay, but like, this is a fantastic matchup. I can't get up for Big 12 football. I don't know why. It's not fair to them. It's just not like drawing my attention. Even if I'm watching it, I'm just not, it doesn't feel as important. Can't be the right word. I'm sure someone would crash out if they heard that, but I don't know. And again, this could literally be a 3 overtime game that is absolutely insane. And I'm probably just an old grumpy dude that needs to get used to it, because I do love it. The better, give me as many chaotic, nail-biting football games as possible. I want to watch all of them.
Yeah.
Just particularly the Big 12, I struggle to get up for. That's all it is.
And it's kind of two teams. It's like them and I think Baylor and Iowa State, maybe Kansas. Like, those are the only two teams that could get into the playoff, I feel like.
Yeah.
And even that, it's going to be one of them. Like, or they might get two, but I could definitely just see one of them getting in.
It'd have to be a one-loss team in the championship that plays really well.
Yeah.
That's probably your best bet. But yeah, I mean, that's a good way to look at it. It's like you look at the SEC and it's such a dogfight all year when like 4 or 5 teams might get into the damn tournament. So it's like, that your team still got an edge. So, and maybe that makes the Big 12 week to week more important, because that you have to be absolutely perfect to even have a chance to get there. So, Yep.
Auburn, Oklahoma, 3:30 game. I just don't see Oklahoma losing at home to Auburn.
But crazier things have happened. If I had to pick a side, I would definitely take OU minus 7.5, because I just don't see Auburn. Again, Auburn looks way better, but I'm not fully sold on Auburn. And the odds that they walk in there with how hot Oklahoma is right now, I don't see them even covering a touchdown. But
Yeah, is Jackson Arnold going to be able to pull a Haynes King and just run the ball the entire season? I just have a hard time thinking that's going to be the case. But he does have good receivers to throw it to with Singleton and Coleman. But I don't know. I think they're decent, but this is a big game for Auburn if they're going to be for real.
Yeah.
And then, man, I don't know how. I know last week that game was kind of close with Arkansas, but I thought their backup quarterback looked good. And I think they're going to roll with Austin Simmons this week, and he's thrown 4 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. I'm like, dude, play the kid from Kennesaw State and roll with it because I don't know. I feel like the 13.5, I feel like it is a lot of points, but I got to think Ole Miss does that.
Yeah.
This is Caleb's over 61.5.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and they can't stop anybody either, so.
Yeah, 34 for 56, 4 touchdowns, 4 picks on 580 yards.
Yeah.
Shoo.
I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't even. I'd probably just avoid that. It feels like a trap. But
Michigan, Nebraska, in Lincoln.
that's some. I'll say it. I could be excited about Big Ten on CBS for that one.
I want to take Nebraska so bad with just a veteran quarterback against a freshman quarterback, but dang, Justice Haynes is so good.
Yeah, I don't.
And Matt Rule is so bad. I've seen him with the Panthers. He's horrible, man. He's so bad.
This is Nebraska. I don't care.
But Shamar Moore isn't good either, so.
Dylan Rayola is not going to get it done for me. I'd probably, again, please blow Michigan out of the water, but I'm probably going to take Michigan. Was it 1.5?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably take Michigan 1.5.
Okay. South Carolina, Missouri. I mean, speaking of bad, preseason rankings, everybody was so high on South Carolina. I was like, dude, Lenore Sellers is not great. And I know I'm pulling something that I've said a long time ago, but I just didn't have any faith in Lenore Sellers and Shane Beamer, and for them to be kind of like up here, they're like number 11. I'm like, that was
11
after they beat Virginia Tech,
who looks terrible.
They're horrible.
Yeah,
I mean they just got beat by Old Dominion, got whooped by Old Dominion. So here we are, like hyping up. Vandy's really good, South Carolina's really good, and they lose to Old Dominion. You're like, hold up,
maybe they're just terrible.
Yeah, hold up. But yeah, I like Missouri in this one.
Yeah, no, I agree. It almost
Lenore Sellers, does he even play?
I don't know, but I 9.5 at a night game in Mizzou, and it's not saying Mizzou's going to be
they get up for these games.
I'll say they're 3-0, dude. I mean, they're equally in the playoff run right now. I mean, I know it's a different landscape looking forward at their schedule and stuff versus some of the other SEC teams, but they're 3-0. The next step's to go 4-0, and they're going to be entirely too rowdy. I think they'll cover 9.5.
And Drinkwood's got to show out for his next job at Florida.
Yeah. Hey. Again, we're tracking plans, dude.
Yep. Speaking of Florida, is this a game they win at Miami?
I wouldn't mean
I'm not touching that game, but and Miami looks good. But dude, Florida outplayed LSU. It's just DJ Lagway threw 5 interceptions.
Yeah. But Miami might be able to take advantage of the same. I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about Florida.
Yeah.
I really don't.
I think going forward when we're ranking quarterbacks, let's get a full season under their belt to see what they have before we crown them as some really good quarterback. Because, the quarterback rankings going into this season, Lenore Sellers, Arch Manning, DJ Lagway. I'm missing somebody. I know I am. Nico. Terrible.
Yeah.
Joey Aguilar, though. Somebody did ask me this question. I'll go ahead and ask you before we get into any more games. How many quarterbacks can you name right now that are 100% better than Joey Aguilar in college football?
100%. I don't know anybody 100%. Obviously, people might think John Mateer is just playing the best in the SEC right now, which I'll give him that. But I cannot say any quarterback 100% is better than Joey Aguilar right now. I just can't.
Yeah.
To prove me wrong, go fine. I'm not gonna sit here and don't clip me at the end of the season. Oh, this dumbass really thought. I don't not 100%. I think Joey's absurdly talented, and I think again that Georgia game kind of clouded it. But if anything, it brought up. I mean, it was the greatest trade and only trade for now in college football, and I think it should stay that way.
Yeah, I think your three best right now, and this could change. Well, we'll say four. I think Bo Perbula at Missouri's playing well. John Mateer's playing well. I mean, Ty Simpson didn't look good in that first week, but he's looked good the past couple weeks. And then I mean, probably has looked good. I'm not gonna say he's better than Joey Aguilar. I think that's crazy. But
we're not going to get Pavi, are we?
I think he's played well to kind of be put in that top five conversation. But I mean,
I guess it's
the three guys that were top of the SEC are nowhere in sight.
I definitely think he's better than Ty Simpson and Bo Perbula. Well, again, I'm start getting orange goggly. I definitely won't 100% put them above him. Again, John Mateer is the only one right now that I would feel weary trying to escalate him above that, especially with Oklahoma coming into Neyland. I'd hate to say all this, and then he comes and puts on a clinic against us. And
it could be a totally different conversation if, let's say, Joey Aguilar absolutely balls out against Mississippi State. Yeah. Then we're probably having a different conversation. It was like, I mean, we saw the Georgia on the road to Mississippi State. This dude is for real.
Yeah.
And I think he's like that already, but
I'm just going off,
Yeah. Yeah. A really good defense too, not Virginia Tech. So you're taking Florida? Is that what you said?
Yeah, totally. Hey, I've got Florida under 4.5 wins this season, so I clearly a big fan of Florida this week.
God, I mean,
what were they at preseason? I'm thinking of Kentucky. I was Kentucky under 4.5. Florida was at 7.5. Were they not? They took the under.
Yeah.
Dude, 7.5 at that with this. Are you kidding me? People are way too high on Florida, and even if they still look okay and turn around, they're 1-2. So you can kiss an 8-win season out the window with your schedule you got coming up.
Yeah, no shot.
No.
And Tennessee led in that Georgia game, get by them. You better win in the Swamp. You have to.
Dude, can you imagine how good we'd feel right now if we won that game? We genuinely be talking about 12-0.
Oh, dude, I mean, it's killed my week.
Talking about 12-0.
It's absolutely killed my week.
I know. Every time I'm happy, I think about that and then just get sad.
Well, every time I get on Twitter, I see some Georgia fan posting that picture of 4th and 6, and I'm like, God dang it. Did he have to just make a perfect throw? Like, that is the most Tennessee thing ever, just to give up the most perfect throw I've ever seen in my entire life happen in that moment. We just can't have nice things.
No. That's why I try to reduce myself with what my expectations will only ever live up to be.
Yep. 7:30 in Bloomington, we got Illinois and Indiana. Battle of the Eyes.
Again, sorry. Maybe it's good. Maybe I'll turn on Georgia State Vanderbilt instead. I don't know.
Just not up for it?
No. I'm sorry. I don't care. I don't know why I don't. And I should, and I'm definitely SEC biased.
I mean, neither one of these teams have played like anybody. So
no.
Indiana's schedule, they do play. Oh, they play Oregon and Penn State this year. Congratulations. I read something today where Vanderbilt has more ranked wins than the entire Big Ten.
Really?
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, I'm literally okay. So between these 3 teams, the 6 teams that they've played: Western Illinois, Western Michigan, Duke. Give me 1 second. Old Dominion, Kennesaw State, Indiana State. I know they need to be ranked again, just based on conference play or conference bias, I guess, preseason bias. But like in this game, it's not gonna prove it either. One of these teams is gonna look bad, and they're probably both terrible.
Yeah, I mean, Illinois, if they win this game, they play USC, and then they play Ohio State. I mean, they can, if they win this game, they beat USC, they can lose to Ohio State and make it into the playoff and probably get a bye.
It's crazy.
Yep.
God, my ESPN app's terrible. I'd love to keep up.
I don't think there was a ton left. Rice and Charlotte are playing right now. 14-9 Rice.
Bills.
Pretty
much it.
Arkansas, Memphis.
It's the battle of National Guard.
Yeah. I got to pick Arkansas, right?
Well, I'm not picking Memphis, so yeah.
Taylor Green's another quarterback that's looked good. I forgot about him.
I will give props for due. Taylor Green's looked good. As much as that pains me to say, and it won't matter because we will wipe our asses with them in neon. But again, giving credit where credit's due.
Yeah. I thought there was a lot better. I mean, I guess we mentioned most of them.
Yeah, it's kind of
Georgia State, Vanderbilt. They lost to Georgia State last year, so that's a get back game, get right game for them. A little revenge.
Yeah.
Arizona State, Baylor. That's a decent matchup.
I don't want to see Arizona State win another game, probably ever again.
Did you have them against Mississippi State?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I was a little upset my Incarnate Word and UTSA game wasn't as much of a thriller last week as I thought it would be.
Well, Texas plays Sam Houston. That's a game. I'm looking on here to see like what is the lowest ticket price.
Oh gosh, it's probably
Stanford and Virginia is pretty low. Can you guess what that is?
What was the matchup?
Stanford, Virginia.
17.
That's pretty close. 11.
Damn. Must be nice. What's the lowest to get in Tennessee this week? It's in double digits, which is pretty impressive. I think you can get in for like 89 or something like that, even cheaper. I don't know what it is on like the.
It's 41 is on this.
Okay. Well, those are all bought up. No one's paying. Well, actually, I didn't even look. I'm sure like low nosebleeds are up there.
Ooh, I found one lower.
$7.
$6. Gardner Webb, Ohio, $6. Mississippi State, Northern Illinois. That's
really a sick game. Gardner Webb in Ohio.
That's $11. Yeah. Kennesaw State, Arkansas State, $10. Damn, 6 is low.
I'm taking Wofford, Virginia Tech this week. That's gonna be a lit game. Both 0-3. Don't count out the Bulldogs to upset the Hokies.
No, they're the Terriers.
They're Terriers. That's right.
Yeah. All right. You got a most important?
I gotta look.
I know we haven't done
far away if you got it.
Stupidity. I just want to bring this up. Jim Chaney working with Tennessee as an offensive analyst. Apparently, he's
Yeah.
hired in July. He works remote.
Yeah, I was kind of like, I would
What?
love to hear just at least a couple statements about that, just to get a little bit more understanding of what that means. But I mean, like, I did it. Like, I can be a remote analyst. Like, I watch games back. Like, I can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you give me a desk, I'm pretty sure I'm doing the same thing. I can take notes, I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess. Did you guys get into it on Sunday? The SEC confirming that, like, I guess basically what Tennessee's 3 rivals are going to come down to,
Wait, what?
like the
Oh,
in-conference opponents. I wasn't sure if you guys touched about that on Sunday.
we talked about it a couple weeks ago when it became a thing. I know they're making that announcement, I think, on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I mean, my only thing with it, like, it's going to be Vanderbilt, Alabama. The other one, I just think it's like, who's Kentucky's biggest rival in the SEC? And it's Tennessee.
Yeah, it's Kentucky or Florida, and it's all. I mean, I'll take Kentucky. Trust me, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I love the Florida rivalry just because of how much I despise them, but I will, trust me, I'll survive. I really will. So,
And going not to 9 games, like, I mean, it's not like it's going to be a cakewalk anyway. So,
yeah,
I mean, even though you are getting Kentucky, Vanderbilt every single year, that just makes the teams that they can also put on the schedule tougher. So, I think it is what it is. Some years, it's probably some people might have an easier schedule than others, but if you don't play them that year, you're probably going to play them the next year because they want to get everybody to play to go to every stadium within their 4 years. So,
yeah.
Did you see that in Starkville they are doing a biscuits and gravy wrestling?
Dude, I got my RSVP ticket already. What are you talking about?
Are you going?
I looked up where that club is. Bring a shotgun. I mean, I don't know.
Shotgun.
There's nothing out there. I was like, oh, it's in Starkville. Wrong. It's like 30 minutes east of Starkville in the middle of nowhere.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm probably out.
Hey,
I just think
let's see the Uber rates. It's halfway. It's halfway to our hotel. That's all I'm saying. So you need somewhere to crash.
yeah.
That
I just think like the girls that are willing to wrestle in biscuits and gravy in Starkville, Mississippi. I mean, I can't imagine what they look like.
It's the NIL money, dude.
I know they don't look like the girls they put on the poster.
Dude, there's a single woman under 280 pounds there.
Yeah, no shot.
Absolutely mind blown.
No shot. But good luck if you're going. I'm definitely not going.
I do want to just like. I mean, if I'm what's that, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock? I mean, if we're heading downtown or heading back, I would like to go past the parking lot and see. I want to see if this is actually. I mean, if there's like 10 cars, I wouldn't be surprised. But I could also see there being 500 cars. They got parking out in the field and they're waving. I mean, I don't know how people roll down there in Starkville. There ain't much to do.
Dude, that's a ton of biscuits and gravy, though.
Yeah, it is. And also, what's the ratio of biscuits to gravy? Is it going to be more like?
Yeah, is it more going to be like slop,
biscuits?
or are they going to like tear up the biscuits a little bit? Like, what are we doing here?
If we're heavy on gravy and not a lot of carbs, I'm gonna be out.
Oh, is it going to be sausage gravy?
Be a lot of sausage there, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, God. My next one is Rivals. Stupid Rivals. I mean, 8/28/25, they put out a graphic. Retweet if your team has multiple 5-star commitments, and Tennessee was on there. I mean, not even a month. It's like been 20 days, and both of those 5 stars are no longer 5 stars on Rivals. And dude, it's so dumb.
They're rage baiting. They know what they're doing. They know how to get the Tennessee fans into it.
Yeah, it's so annoying. I don't understand how you be the number 1 player on one thing and not in the top 20 for
No, it's ridiculous. That's why it's like take it with a grain of salt because there's just nothing.
Yeah.
It's not true rankings. It's opposite. I thought I had something else.
Also had just the Big Ten having Vanderbilt has more ranked wins than the entire Big 12 or Big 10. Sorry, Big 12 for that.
Crazy. We're coming up on Ryder Cup week. I know you're not a big. I know you're kind of getting into golf, but this will be your first Ryder Cup, having played some golf or like being into the golf play. I guess probably.
Yeah, I'm in. So I mean, what's your thoughts on it? We winning?
I don't know. The Europe team looks pretty stacked. We technically have the edge on paper in terms of like strokes gained and all these stats that really don't matter when it comes to Ryder Cup. But you're telling me that we're going to go lose to Europe in Bethpage with a bunch of Northeastern crazy fans. I think Trump's going to be there on Friday. Like they're going to get everybody at the first tee and get all rowdy and stuff. If you go lose to Europe here, you're done. But it should be I'm fired up for it. I'll be in Starkville. But someone find me a bar with as many TVs with golf streaming on it as possible at 8.
Are you staying in Starkville?
No, I think we're staying in like Columbus. We didn't get the shack. We were close. It was going to either be shack or rent an RV with 11 dudes, which would be
Jesus.
We've done worse. But our motel, not hotel, does have a cement pad outside. It's got this big old recreational area. It's just concrete, which is pretty sick. You can probably we're bringing a football and just gonna throw some bat. Come on.
Just a concrete pad. That was their selling point.
It's just like
that was part of their amenities that they put on the website. Concrete pad.
Yeah, I mean it's probably from a filled-in swimming pool or something. I don't know. I don't want to
multi-purpose concrete pad.
Well, and I'll tell you what it is. It's versatile because I mean you can throw a cookout out there. You can really. I mean I'm not gonna say the options are limitless.
What's the rating on this motel?
I can tell you, unfortunately.
Dude, you are
5.1 out of 10. That's better than halfway.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, look at this. Look at that concrete pad out there. It's sick.
What is it? Home at Columbus? What is it called?
My home at Columbus.
Oh, dude.
Isn't that sick?
No.
I'm fired
dude,
up.
Do you want to stay with us?
No, I'm fired up. I'm excited. I don't. And we're doing 3 rooms this year, way better than 2 last year. We did 9 dudes we did 8 in 1 room last year. We got 3 rooms this year. We're living lavish.
Okay. So how many beds are in a room?
2.
2 beds?
Yeah.
Okay. So we got 6 beds total with okay. So yeah, everybody
like we should be good. Unless we only got 2 rooms, but I mean I think we spread the wealth this year. You get some adult money and start messing around with a little 5.1 my home in Columbus.
That's crazy, dude.
I'm excited, dude. I love it.
Does your mom know you do this?
Probably. I mean, too late. Finds out. I don't know. I mean,
I feel like it's one of those things where you told your mom like where you're staying. She probably just like, hey, I'll give you some money. Please don't stay there.
Probably. Yeah. No, I'm excited. I mean, anywhere where I can basically, I think I paid $19 for 2 nights for my portion. So, I mean, if it has an AC, that's pretty incredible already. I'll take an AC in a bed. I've fallen asleep in worse places. I'll tell you that.
That's unreal, dude.
I will say, if we lose,
I freak out in a hotel room if they got a tub.
What?
I don't stay in hotels if they got a tub.
Why?
Dude, it's not really the tub. The tub's kind of gross, but the shower curtain that just blows straight in on you. Disgusting, dude.
Dude, that's crazy. I mean, yeah, that's a good point. Again, when we had 1 room last year with 8 guys, the shower was a commodity. I don't know.
Do you take like shower shoes?
What do you think soap's for, bro? Just soap them off when you're done.
hit the bottom of your souls. Look, if we lose like we did in Fayetteville, that one's gonna be a tough. The 35-minute Uber back to my home in Columbus is gonna be tough. I'll tell you that. Might have to step it.
Yeah,
and I'll stop by the biscuit and gravy train.
When are you going down?
Friday morning, pretty much.
Okay.
It'll be like we're gonna leave from Nashville Friday at like noon or 1, I think. So we'll get there by the afternoon to go check it out and see.
Gotcha. All right. Anything else before we get out of here?
Don't think so.
Let's get a dub. Let's get another dub. Get back to winning. Run up the score. Make them change some lights in that scoreboard. We're lining it up so much. Get your guys in and out. Stay healthy. I mean, that's the name of the game for a game against UAB.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. Another game in Neyland. Be there. Probably going to be good weather. Probably be a little warm.
You tailgating?
We are tailgating. We're actually watching it at the tailgate.
Oh, that's cool. All right. Then show up and show out. Yep.
So if you want, come by the tailgate, watch it with us. We'll have some kind of food. I think we're smoking wings again. So come through. We'll see you there. Go check out our good friends at Roback, roback.com. Use promo code More Important Issues for 20% off that first purchase. Love Roback. Love everything about them. Love those polos, those hoodies. Go check them out. They got that game day gear for Tennessee themed. Again, use that promo code More Important Issues for 20% off that first purchase. Thank y'all so much for listening. Enjoy the rest of your week. Great weekend. We're bringing the boat in, and we out.